सविता नाम से ज्वाइन हुआ। मैं वो चेंज भी कर सकता हूँ, मैं उसके लिए वापस आईडी वाईडी।
Haribol, you can hear me now? Audible?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Yes.
But
So should we begin?
okay, Prabhu. Start, Prabhu.
Om Adyantimirandasya Gyananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutaha Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnava श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितं नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी आस्वाददेशतारिणे वंचाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Yeah. So welcome all of you all for our Harinam Chintamani class. So last time we were discussing Namera Swarupa, chapter 2, which is entitled uh, Chanting the Holy Name, Nam Grahana Vichar. So we have come to verse number, uh, we have almost reached verse number 18 or 19. But before that, we will just recap. So this is verse number 13 onwards, the nature of the holy name, Namera Swarupa. So Haridas Thakur is quoting this very famous verse. Krishna Nama Chintamani Anadi Chinmai Ei Krishna Sei Nama Eka Tattva Hai. So we were discussing this, that very famous verse in glorification of the holy name. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvam Nama Namino. So is the audio audible, right, to all of y'all? Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhu, audible, Prabhu.
Yes.
Okay. And the video is also in sync with the audio?
Video is a little dark, Prabhu.
Video is a little dark.
Prabhuji, audio little we can raise, Prabhuji.
Audio, I don't know how to do it. Audio is full only. The video is dark, but the video, is it out of sync with the audio? Is it that the video is coming later and the audio is coming first? Or is it okay?
No, it is in sync.
It is in sync, no?
It is in sync. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is that very famous verse in describing the holy name. Nama Chintamani Krishnas Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatva Nama Namino. The same verse Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Haridas Thakur is elaborating. Krishna Nama Chintamani Anadi Chinmai Ei Krishna Sei Nama Eka Tattva Hai. Haridas Thakur said, Lord Krishna's holy name is spiritual. Chinmay is spiritual. It has no beginning, Anadi. And it is Chintamani jewel. Krishna Nama Chintamani. Lord Krishna and his holy name is his holy name, they are one. Ei Krishna Sei Nama Eka Tattva Hai. So Nama Namino Abhinnatvam. Krishna and the name are the same. Chaitanya Vigraha Nama Nitya Mukta Tattva Nama Nami Binna Naya Nitya Shuddha Sattva. Chaitanya Vigraha. So Chaitanya again means transcendental. The holy name is alive. Chaitanya Vigraha. So the holy name also has a form. Nama Nitya Mukta Tattva. Nitya and Mukta means it is eternally liberated and it has a form. Nama Nami Binna Naya. The name and Krishna, the personality Krishna are non-different. Nitya Shuddha Sattva. And the name is eternally pure. That is what it is explained here. E jada jagate tar akshara akar rasa rupe rasikete sattva avatar. So we discussed this also. E jada jagate tar akshara akar. In this material world which is dull and lifeless, jada jagate, Krishna has come in the form of the holy name, Akshara Akar. The same Supreme Lord has come in the form of letters, alphabets. Rasa Rupa Rasikete Sattva Avatar. And those who are Rasikas, those who are actually seeking different mellows, experts in seeking different mellows, they relish the nectar of the holy name. Krishna Vastu Hoya Chari Dharme Parichata Nama Rupa Guna Karma Anadi Vihita. So we started to discuss this part also. That Lord Krishna is known in 4 ways. His name, form, qualities and actions. So we discussed that anything in this material world which has to be described through these 4 attributes. The name of the person, the form of the person, qualities and activities. 4 things. So Krishna is also introduced, or Krishna can be understood through these 4 ways. His name, his form, his qualities and actions. So the first thing Bhaktivinoda Thakur goes to explain is the name. So he explains the name first, then he explains the rupa, the form, qualities and actions. Nama Nitya Siddha. So what we are discussing, Krishna can be understood through 4 features. Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. So the first is the name. The holy name is eternally perfect. Nama Nitya Siddha. Eternal and eternally perfect. Nitya Vastu Rasa Rupa Krishna Se Advaya Seichari Parichaye Vastu Siddhahaya. Lord Krishna exists eternally. Nitya Vastu. So the Vastus of this world are not eternal. But Krishna exists eternally. Rasa Rupa, and is nectar personified. Rasa can be mellow, rasa can be juice, rasa can be nectar. So Krishna is nectar personified. Akila Rasamrita Murti. Krishna se Advaya. He is free from all material dualities. Advaya means the material dualities don't apply to Krishna. Sei Chari Parichaye Vastu Siddhahai. His four features, namely name, form, qualities, actions, are all perfect. Siddhahai. So these four things are all perfect. Sandhini Shakti Te Tara Chari Parichaya Nitya Siddha Rupe Khyata Sarvada Chinmaya. These four features are manifest by Sandhini potency. These features are celebrated as being eternal, perfect, and always spiritual. So these four features of the Lord, name, form, qualities, action, are all manifest from the Sandhini potency or the internal potency of Krishna. Like in the Gita, Krishna says, Atma Mayaya, that I advent in this world through my own energy. So we also advent, but the Maya doesn't belong to us. But Krishna comes through his own internal potency. So therefore, these four things, name, form, qualities, and activities of Krishna, are Nitya, eternal, Siddha, perfect, Sarvada, Chinmay, and always spiritual. So Krishna's name is spiritual, Krishna's form is spiritual, Krishna's activities, qualities, everything is spiritual. There is nothing material about Krishna. So Krishna's name is not material, and Krishna's leelas are also not material. So we can't consider Krishna's Ras Leela to be an ordinary love affair between a boy and girl. No. Sarvada Chinmay. It is always spiritual. Krishna Akarshaye Sarva Vishwa Ghata Jana Sei Nitya Dharma Gata Krishna Nama Dhana. Lord Krishna attracts everyone in all the worlds. Krishna Akarshaye Sarva Vishwa Gata Jana. So Krishna is all attractive, attracts everyone from all parts of the world. You know, I think we were discussing this last week. Pejawar Maharaj of Udupi Mutt. So a few years back, when Radhanath Swami Maharaj took a group of devotees, the annual pilgrimage to Udupi. So at that place, Pejawar Maharaj was telling all the devotees that just see, Krishna is so attractive that he's attracted devotees from all across the world to have his darshan. So that's why here it is said, Krishna Akarshaye Sarva Vishwa Gata Jana. So Krishna attracts everyone from all part of the world. Sei Nitya Dharma Gata Krishna Nama Dhana. And that great treasure that is there in Krishna's name also has the same quality eternally. Just like Krishna can attract everyone, Krishna's name is also all attractive. Like Srila Prabhupada, when he went to the West, when he went to New York and he started our ISKCON movement, so Prabhupada would sit in a, in the garden there. There was a park there called Tompkinson Square Park in New York, and Prabhupada would sit and chant Hare Krishna. And all young American boys and girls got attracted. Why? Because Krishna's name is as good as Krishna. Just like Krishna is all attractive, the name of Krishna is also all attractive. It can attract everyone. Even though people don't understand the meaning of the name, it appears to be some Sanskrit sound. But the name of Krishna is so attractive, everyone wants to participate in Kirtan. So Kirtan is a universal language. The Mahamantra is a universal language. So is Mahamantra Sanskrit? Is it Hindi? Is it Marathi? No. So this holy name is not part of any language of this world. It is beyond this world. Golokera Premadhana Harinama Sankirtan. So that's why it can cross all boundaries of language and borders and everything. And everyone is attracted to the holy names of Krishna. Why? Because Krishna's name is also as attractive as Krishna. So then Bhaktivinoda Thakur, just one second, there is a footnote here somewhere. Yeah, so this is discussed. Okay, so Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains ahead the form of Krishna, Krishna Rupa Nitya. Lord Krishna's form is eternal. So just like till now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained how the name of Krishna is eternal, Nama Nitya Siddha. Now he explains Krishna Rupa Nitya. Lord Krishna's form is eternal. So he says, Krishna Rupa Krishna Haite Sarvada Abheda Nama Rupa Eka Vastu Nahika Prabheda. Lord Krishna is never different from his form. His name and form are the same, they are not different. Krishna Rupa Krishna Haite Sarvada Abheda. So Krishna and Krishna's form are non-different. Nama Rupa Eka Vastu Nahika Prabheda. Just like Krishna and his name are the same. So there is no difference. The name of Krishna, the form of Krishna and Krishna are all the same. Shri Nama Smarile Rupa Aise Sange Sange Rupa Nama Binna Naya Nache Nana Range. Anyone who remembers Lord Krishna's name meets Lord Krishna's form. Shri Nama Smarile Rupa Aise Sange Sange. So anyone who chants the name of Krishna will very soon see the form of Krishna also. Rupa Nama Binna Naya Nache Nana Rangi. Lord Krishna's name and form are non-different. Rupa Nama Binna Naya. There is no difference between Krishna's name and form. Nache Nana Rangi. They are Lord Krishna himself in different dancing places. So Krishna's name and Krishna are non-different. So therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains here that if we sincerely chant the names of Krishna, very soon the form of Krishna will also appear to us. So then he goes on to explain Krishna's qualities. So till now he explained the name of Krishna, Nama Nitya Siddha. The holy name is eternally perfect. Then he explained Krishna Rupa Nitya, that Lord Krishna's form is eternal. Now he is explaining Krishna Guna Nitya. Lord Krishna's qualities are eternal. Krishna Guna Chatur Sashti Ananta Apar Yara Nija Amsha Rupe Sabha Avatar. Lord Krishna possesses 64 qualities. Qualities manifest in him in limitless fullness. In his various incarnations, these qualities are manifest only partially. Krishna Guna Chatur Sashti Ananta Apar. So Chatur Sashti means 64 qualities of Krishna. So Krishna has unlimited qualities, but then the Acharyas explained that Krishna has 64 qualities Ananta Apar. He has all the 64 qualities, but in completeness, in perfection. Qualities that manifest in him in limitless fullness. But in his various incarnations, these qualities are manifest only partially. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes a footnote here. This is a very important footnote. Please see in the 5th chapter of this book a garland of words describing this topic. So this topic about Krishna and the various avatars and the various demigods, what are the different qualities, what are the differences between them, will come more in detail in the 5th chapter. In Lord Krishna, all 64 qualities are fully and splendidly present. So only in Krishna, the 64 qualities are there in full. In Lord Ram and the other avatars manifested from Lord Narayan, down to the Amsha avatar and Vilas avatars, 60 qualities are manifested. In the other avatars of the Lord, Lord Ram and all the Amsha avatars and even Lord Narayan, only 60 qualities are manifested. So how many qualities are there in Krishna? 64 qualities in full. In the various avatars, in the various Vishnu Tattva, there are 60 qualities in full. In Lord Shiva and the demigods, 55 qualities are manifested. So in Lord Shiva and the various demigods, 55 qualities are manifested. In ordinary individual souls, 50 qualities are seen in the form of droplets of a drop. So in Krishna, just to recap, in Krishna, 64 qualities in full. That's why he is the Purva Purushottam, the Supreme Lord. In the various avatars of the Lord, even in Narayan form, in Lord Ram, etc., 60 qualities are there. Hmm? In Lord Shiva and the demigods, there are 55 qualities, and in the living entities, ordinary living entities, there are only 50 qualities, that too in very minute quantities. Lord Krishna possesses 4 qualities that even the other Vishnu Tattva forms do not possess. So we know that difference between Krishna and the various Narayan features, that Lord Krishna has 4 qualities extra than the other Vishnu Tattva. Leela Madhurya, Venu Madhurya, Bhakta Madhurya, and Rupa Madhurya. You know, Krishna's form is most beautiful. Krishna's pastimes are most beautiful. Krishna's relationship with the devotees are most beautiful. Prema Madhurya, the kind of relationship that he has. And Krishna's flute is something of speciality that is not there in the Vishnu features. Therefore, he is the best of all forms of the Lord. Therefore, Krishna is the best form, the supreme form. So therefore it is said here, Krishna Guna Chatusasti Ananta Apar Yara Nija Amsha Rupe Saba Avatar. Yara Guna Amshe Brahma Shivadi Ishwar Yara Gune Narayana Sasti Guneshwar. Brahma, Shiva and the demigods possess only some of these qualities. Lord Narayan possesses 60 of them. So Brahma, Shiva and the others possess only some of these qualities. And Lord Narayan, Yara Gune Narayan Sasti Guneshwar. Chatusasti means 64 qualities are there in Krishna. And in Narayan only 60 qualities are there. Te Saba Nitya Gune, Nitya Nam Tar, Ananta Sankhya Vyapta Vaikunta Vyapar. All these qualities are eternally present in Lord Krishna's holy name. Limitless. Just one second. Yeah. So here it says, Sei Sabha Nitya Gune Nitya Namatar Ananta Sakyaya Vyapta Vaikunta Vyapar. All these qualities are eternally present in Lord Krishna's holy name. So the qualities, the 64 qualities of Krishna are not only there in Krishna, they are there in Krishna's holy name also. Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis. Lord Chaitanya prays that, oh my dear Krishna, you have invested all your powers in the holy name. Sei Sabha Nitya Gune Nitya Namatar. So all these eternal qualities of Krishna, the 64 qualities, are there in the holy name also. Ananta Sankhya Vyapta Vaikunta Vyapar. Limitless number of these qualities fills the spiritual world of Vaikunta. So these qualities are there in the names of Krishna and are there in the spiritual world also. So till now, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explained briefly the name of Krishna. You know, Krishna, Nitya Siddha, Nama Nitya Siddha, the name is eternally perfect. He has explained the form of Krishna. Krishna's form is eternal. Here he explained the qualities of Krishna. How Krishna has 64 qualities, 4 qualities more than even the Narayan features. Now he goes on to explain the Leela of Krishna, activities. Krishna Leelara Nityatva. Lord Krishna's pastimes are eternal. So just like the name of Krishna is eternal, the form of Krishna is eternal, the qualities of Krishna is eternal, similarly the name of Krishna is eternal. Se guna tarangete Leelara Vistar, Goloke Vaikunta Vraja Sabha Chit Akar. Present everywhere in the waves of these qualities are Lord Krishna's pastimes. Se guna tarangete Leelara Vistar. So just like you have waves, na? So the qualities of Krishna are the waves, and in those qualities there are unlimited pastimes of Krishna floating. Goloke Vaikunta Vraja Sabha Chidakar. These perfectly spiritual pastimes are manifest in Goloka, Vaikunta and Vraja. So in this way, Krishna's qualities are also, Krishna's activities, pastimes are also eternal. Nitya Leela. Krishna's pastimes also eternally go on. So then he explains Lord Krishna's spiritual name, form, qualities, and pastimes are not different from one another. Chid vastute nama rupa guna lila vastu hoite pratak nay. That means the name, form, qualities, activities of Krishna are all non-different from each other. But Prabhupada explains here, sorry, Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains here, we will read this verse. Nama Rupa Guna Leela Abhinna Udhay Achit Samparke Bhaddha Jiva Binna Hai. Lord Krishna's name, form, qualities, and pastimes are not different from each other. The conditioned souls, material forms, names, qualities, activities are different from each other. Just like in the material world, someone may have a name called Beautiful Eyed One, Arvind Daksha, some name, but he may be a blind person, right? Because the name and that person are non-different. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna's name, Krishna's activities, Krishna's qualities are all non-different from each other. So that means if we get connected, if we chant Hare Krishna, we are in touch with Krishna only. If we read Krishna's pastimes, we are in touch with Krishna only. If you remember Krishna's qualities, if you remember Krishna's activities, Krishna's form, all these are non-different than Krishna. Because by definition, God is omnipotent. That means everything connected to him has the same potency as he himself. So the name of Krishna, the qualities of Krishna are all non-different. So this doesn't apply to conditioned souls. Because our name and we ourselves are completely different. Our form and we ourselves are different. Just like, we have this form, right? But we know that this is a material form. Spirit soul has a different form. So our material form and spiritual form are not one and the same. They are different. But for Krishna, it is not like that. So it's not that Krishna has a material form and inside there is a spiritual Krishna. No. Krishna's form is also fully spiritual. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes in the footnote, Lord Krishna is the all-powerful conscious being. His name, form, qualities, and pastimes are not different from him. So Lord Krishna is the all-powerful conscious being. So because he is Sarva Shaktiman, he can invest all his Shakti in everything connected to him. Therefore, Krishna's name, form, qualities, pastimes are not different from him. The individual spirit soul is a tiny particle of consciousness. So we are also conscious. Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam, Eko Bahunam Yo Vidadati Kamam. So Nityo Nityanam, Chetanas Chetananam. Krishna is also eternal. We are also eternal. Krishna is also conscious. We are also conscious. But we are a tiny particle. We are Anu and Krishna is Vibhu. He is unlimited. In his pure state, his name, form, qualities, and activities are non-different from him. So I'm reading from the footnote here. So Bhaktivinoda Thakur is explaining that even as living entities, in our original pure state, in the spiritual world, the form that we have, that form, name, quality, activities are non-different from ourselves, that spirit soul, in the pure state. But in the material world, the name that we get in the material world, the form that we get in the material world, the activities that we do and the qualities that we develop in the material world are non-different from us, because we are the spirit soul and in the material world we have a material body. But for Krishna, it is not like that. It is not that Krishna, when he comes in this world, he also takes a material body through a father and mother. No. That's why in the 4th chapter, Krishna says, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tattvata tyaktva deham punarjanma meti ma meti swarjana. So anyone who understands that Krishna's activities and birth are spiritual, Janma karma cha me divyam, one who understands this, that Krishna's birth and activities are not like our birth and activities, such a person can attain liberation. However, when the individual spirit soul is imprisoned in the world of birth and death and is given an external body made of gross and subtle matter, then the name, form, qualities, and activities of the material body are different from it. So the point is, in the spiritual world, our name, form, activities and pastimes in the spiritual world, not about Krishna, about all of us, there it is non-different from us. But in the material world, the name, form, qualities and activities are all related to the body, and it is actually different from the soul. They are an imitation or a caricature of his original features. When by Lord Krishna's mercy, the individual soul becomes liberated, he has a body where these features are not different from himself. So, in this material world, the body that we get, the name, qualities, etc., are non-different from us. But when we actually go back to the spiritual world, we will actually attain our original features. So we'll continue ahead. Shuddha Jiva Nama Rupa Guna Kriya Eka Jadashrita Deha Veda Ei Se Viveka. The pure liberated soul's name, form, qualities and activities are all one. So this is talking about not about Krishna, about living entity, a pure soul. Shuddha Jiva Nama Rupa Guna Kriya Eka. So that pure soul, when he attains that spiritual world, his name, form, qualities and activities are all one. That means they're all spiritual. Jadashrita Deha Veda Ei Se Viveka. They are not different from each other. However, when the soul takes shelter of a material body, he gets a name, form, qualities and activities that are different from each other. So, hope you are getting this point, that in the spiritual world, in a pure state, we have a spiritual body, and in that spiritual body, the name, form, qualities, activities that we do in that spiritual body is all spiritual, and it is non-different from each other. But in the material world, when we get a name, form, a material form, and when we do material activities, they are completely disconnected from this real self, the spiritual self. Krishna nahi jada gandha ataiva tanya nama rupa guna lila eka tattva bhaya. Lord Krishna never has even the slightest scent of anything material. Therefore, his name, form, qualities, and pastimes are all one. So, we have different functions. No? When we are in the material world, our name, qualities, activities are completely different from the spiritual, our spirit self. But for Krishna, it is not like that. So Krishna, even when he takes birth in this material world, still he is that all spiritual personality only. If you remember, we discussed in the first chapter, where Bhaktivinoda Thakur explains that even when the Supreme Lord comes in this prapancha, in this material world, he is not part of this world. His name, form is still spiritual. So one definition of Mayavadis is, they think that Krishna's form is also material. Just like our form is material, they think that Krishna's form is material. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Mayavadi Krishna Aparadhi. So more dangerous than materialistic people are Mayavadis, because they offend Krishna. They tell that Krishna's form is material, Krishna's name is material. So therefore, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying here, Nama Rupa Guna Leela Eka Tattva Bhaya. So name, form, qualities and pastimes are all one. There is not even a slight tinge of material thing. Krishna nahi jada gandha ateva tanya. Not even the slightest scent of material things in Krishna. So Krishna's activity, whether we understand it or not, we should have faith that it is spiritual. Krishna's Ras Leela, Krishna playing politics in Mahabharata. At least our faith should be, Baba, I don't understand it, but I have faith that whatever Krishna does is completely spiritual. There is nothing material about it. Namera Sarva Moolat. So he says the next part he's explaining is the holy name is the root of everything. Namera Sarva Moolat. The root of everything is the holy name. So till now he's explained in general Nama Rupa Guna Leela. How Krishna's name, how Krishna's form, how Krishna's qualities, Krishna's activities are all spiritual. There's nothing material about it. But now he is coming to the main point. Out of all these four things, Nama Rupa Guna Leela, Namera Sarva Moolatva. The root of everything is the holy name. चारी परिचय मध्ये नामतार सकलेर आदि से प्रतीति सबाकार. Of these four means name, form, qualities, pastimes, ways in which you are known, your name is the foremost. This is accepted by all. So who is saying this? Haridas Thakur is telling this to Lord Chaitanya. So he is telling to Lord Chaitanya, oh my dear Lord, ye chari parichaya madhye namatar. Of all these four ways of realizing the Lord or understanding the Lord, Sakalera Adi se Pratiti Sabakar. Of these four, the holy name is the foremost. The most important is the holy name. So, holy name is the password. Through the holy name, the form, qualities, activities will be revealed. This is accepted by all. Pratiti Sabakar. So, all the great scriptures, all the great acharyas accept that through the holy name only one can understand the form, qualities, activities of Krishna. अतएव नाम मात्र वैष्णवेर धर्म नामे प्रस्फुटित हय रूप गुण कर्म. The foremost dharma of a Vaishnava is to chant the holy name. Ateva nama matra Vaishnavera dharma. So the foremost dharma of a Vaishnava, the foremost duty of a Vaishnava is to chant the holy name. From your holy name, name prasputita hoya rupa guna karma. From the holy name manifests the form, qualities and pastimes of Krishna. So through the holy name, the form, qualities, pastimes of Krishna can be revealed. So just see how beautifully Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Haridas Thakur are explaining very scientifically the science of the holy name. First explaining how Krishna is understood through these four features, Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. And of all these four, Krishna's name is the foremost. Ateva Nama Matra Vaishnavera Dharma. Krishnera Samagra Leela Name Vidyaman Name Se Paramma Tattva Tomara Vidhan. In the holy name, all the pastimes of Krishna are present. Krishnera Samagra Leela Name Vidyaman. Vidyaman means present. So all the pastimes of Krishna are present in the holy name. Whether we have faith in it or not, that is a question. But then this is a truth, this is a fact, that all the pastimes of Krishna are there in the holy name. Name se Paramma Tattva Tomara Vidhan. You have personally declared Krishna's name to be the highest absolute truth. So Haridas Thakur is telling Lord Chaitanya, oh Lord, you have declared that holy name is the highest truth. So therefore in Shikshashtakam, Lord Chaitanya is glorifying the holy name. Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam. That by chanting the holy name, all other qualities, form of Krishna, everything else becomes manifest. So therefore, the holy name contains everything. So till here, before we proceed, anyone have any questions, any comments? Was it any clarification needed?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah.
This Brahma, actually, the qualities of Brahma is 15, Prabhu.
50, yeah, correct.
Means even human also is eligible for Brahma. Even the humans also means quality, maximum quality is 50.
So, women, matlab you're talking about ladies.
Prabhu?
Woman, matlab stree, na?
No.
What did you say? Brahma has 50 qualities, correct? After that, what you said? Human. Yeah. So, we can attain 50 qualities, yes, but in very minute quantity. So, Brahma has 50 qualities in little more. When you have in more abundance, then you get the position of Brahma. Otherwise, you remain like a normal living entity. So the demigods may have slightly more than other living entities, 50 only. Living entities also have 50, Brahma also has 50, but Brahma has the quantity is more. And for the living entities, the same 50 qualities, but the quantity of those 50 qualities is less. Yeah. So in the 5th chapter, again, this will come in detail.
Prabhu, I have studied in that Bhagavatam. Even that humans also, if you follow the 100 times Varnashrama system, he will become a Brahma. Is it right, Prabhu?
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
भागवतम में mentioned है तो 100%. Anything else regarding today's discussion? Was the concepts clear? Quite simple only. Any clarification in today's discussion? Okay, so nothing, na? So we will do 5 minutes more and then we will stop. Okay? So the next, so till now, just to summarize, he's explained these 4 things: name, form, qualities, pastime, how everything is eternal and perfect. But of all these 4, the holy name is the root, and through the holy name, the other things become manifest. So then he explains next, Vaishnava o Vaishnava Praya Veda Ache. The difference between the Vaishnavas and the almost Vaishnavas. So now he's coming to the next part, and then he will connect the whole thing. The difference between who is a Vaishnava and who is almost a Vaishnava. Vaishnava and Vaishnava Praya. Sai Nama Baddha Jiva Shraddha Sahakare Shuddha Rupe Laile Vaishnava Bali Tare. A conditioned soul may chant your name with faith. When he becomes purified, he is called a Vaishnava. So he says, Sai Nama Baddha Jiva Shraddha Sahakare Shuddha Rupe Laila Vaishnava Bali Tare. So a conditioned soul, a living entity may chant the holy name with faith, but when he becomes purified, he is called a Vaishnava. Nama Bhasa Yara Hoya Se Vaishnava Praya Krishna Kripa Bale Krame Shuddha Bhava Paya. A person who chants Nama Bhas, the first faint light of the holy name, is called. You all can keep yourselves. You all can keep yourselves muted, please. You all can please mute yourself. So, a person who chants Nama Bhas is called almost Vaishnava, Vaishnava Praya. By Lord Krishna's mercy, he gradually becomes purified. So there is Vaishnava who is completely pure is called a Vaishnava, according to this definition of Bhaktivinoda Thakur, and one who is almost Vaishnava. So there is Shuddha Nam and Nama Bhas. So this is the next chapter. The next chapter is Nama Bhas. So Nama Bhas means, we will see detail when you go to the next chapter. Nama Bhas means a faint light of the holy name. Just like now, the moon is there, but when the moon is, there is a cloud below the moon, you can't see the moon, but you can see the moonshine through the cloud. So the moonshine is visible, but it's very faint. So that similarly, in Shuddha Nam, you can actually see the moon. The holy name is like that pure moon. But in Namabha stage, you experience the holy name, but just a slight glimpse of the holy name. So anyone who's on the stage of Namabha is called Vaishnava Praya. That means he's almost a Vaishnava, but still not there. And by the mercy of Krishna Kripa Bale Krame Shuddha Bhava Paya. And by the mercy of Krishna, gradually he becomes purified. So the next part, we will read this one section and then we will stop. Ei Maika Jagate Krishna Nama O Jiva Ei Duiti Matra Chid Vyapar. Within Maya's world, only the individual spirit soul and Lord Krishna's holy name are spiritual. So we discussed this even during the introduction. If you remember, when we were reading the introduction of the foreword of this book by Sachinandan Maharaj, Maharaj quoted the same verses and he explained that how in the material world only two things are spiritual. Within Maya's world, only the spirit soul and Krishna's holy name are spiritual. Rest everything is material. Nama sama vastu naya sei bhava samsare nama se parama dhana krishnera bhandare. Nothing is like the holy name in this world of birth and death. Nama sama vastu naya he bhava samsare. So in this material world, there is nothing like the holy name. Nama se parama dhana krishnere bhandare. Lord, the holy name is the greatest treasure in Lord Krishna's treasure house. This also, Sachinandan Maharaj explained in the foreword that the holy name is the greatest treasure in Krishna's bhandar, in Krishna's treasure house. Jiva nije chid vyapar Krishna nama ar sab prapanchika jagata samsar. In this world of birth and death, the individual soul and Lord Krishna's holy name alone are spiritual. All else is made of matter. Jiva nije chid vyapar Krishna nama ar. So the living entity Jiva and Krishna Nam, both are chid vyapar. That means they are spiritual. Ar sab prapanchika jagata samsar. Everything else in the material world is made of matter. So Prabhupada writes in that footnote, everything in the material world is made of Maya. It is dull and inert. By Lord Krishna's will, some individual souls are imprisoned in the material world. They are the only spiritual entities in the material world. Assuming the form of his holy name, Lord Krishna has descended into the material world. The holy name is the second spiritual entity in the material world. So in this material world, there are only two spiritual entities. One is the living entity. Somehow the living entity has fallen in this material world. And second is Krishna's name has also come. But Krishna's name has come to liberate this living entity. Thus in the material world, two kinds of spiritual entities are present. The individual spirit souls and Lord Krishna's holy name. So in the material world, there are two spiritual entities. All of us, living entity and the holy name of Krishna. The demigods headed by Brahma are all Vibhinnamsha potencies of the Lord. Thus they are counted among the individual souls. So in this way, Bhaktivinoda Thakur is establishing the fact that how in this material world, we are the spiritual entity, and along for us, for our deliverance, Krishna has come in the form of the holy name. So therefore, Nama Sama Vastu Naya He Bhava Samsare Nama Se Parama Dhana Krishnara Bandhare. So therefore, Krishna's name is the greatest treasure in this world, and it has actually come to deliver all of us. So ahead, the next part that he is going to describe the primary names of Krishna and the secondary names of Krishna. How there are primary names and secondary names. So even till now he has glorified the name of Krishna. How the name of Krishna is what is going to connect us to Krishna. But even in the name of Krishna, there is primary name and secondary name. So what are the primary names? What are the secondary names? That we will see the next time. So anyone has any quick comment or question? Just one quick comment or question before we wind up.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, please.
Ranganath.
Yes, please.
If you see verse 8, it says
Verse 8.
anyone who once says the holy name is a Vaishnava.
Correct.
A householder should carefully honor him.
Correct.
Here in verse 32, verse 30.
Yeah, I got it. So verse
Yeah,
32
30,
only.
30.
32.
The foremost dharma of a Vaishnava is to chant the holy name. From holy name manifests, no, not that. The
32.
Yeah, a conditioned soul may chant your holy name with faith. When he becomes purified, he is called Vaishnava. So there is a slight difference here between what he says in verse 8 and verse 32.
Yeah, but there also, see, if you see, there also Lord Chaitanya's, in the initial verse number 8 that you were quoting, there also Lord Chaitanya explains Vaishnava in 3 different ways.
Yeah, different ways.
So it's like, so Vaishnava is like a broad term. So sometimes it can refer to that third stage, pure devotee, or it can refer to a neophyte. Anyone in this line may be called a Vaishnava. So sometimes that term is used for pure devotees. Sometimes, like in one time, some devotees were fighting among each other, and they came to Prabhupada, and they told Prabhupada, just see in ISKCON, Vaishnavas also doing like this. So Prabhupada said, in ISKCON there is only one Vaishnava, that is me. Others are all trying to be Vaishnavas. So we can call ourselves Vaishnavas, or we can also say that I'm trying to be a Vaishnava, still not a Vaishnava. So both the understandings are correct. It's just that from which perspective we are seeing it. Does it make sense, Dhruv?
Yes, yes, yes. No, but
Vaishnava, there is 3 stages. That is Kanishta Adhikari, Madhyama Adhikari, Uttama Adhikari.
Correct.
So when the Kulilagrama Vasis went to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, first year he said, anyone who takes the name of Krishna is a Vaishnava, that is a Kanishta Adhikari. The next year when they went, he said that whoever always chants his name, then he is a Vaishnava, that is the Madhyama Adhikari. And the third year when they went, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, by looking at one person on feel like chanting, then he is a Uttama Adhikari.
Correct.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, that is what is said in 9, 10, and 11 verses.
Correct. Yeah. So it's the same thing, Toji. So sometimes
Yeah, same thing,
the context may vary. That's all. That's all. Anything else?
No, nothing. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Yeah, please tell me.
Prabhuji, this Krishna has 64 qualities, Narayana 60, Shiva 55, and Brahmaji 50. What about Devis, Lakshmi, Saraswati, and Durga? How many qualities are there for them?
Good question.
Prabhu, Radharani has 25, na?
How many?
25.
Did you hear this somewhere?
No, Radharani 25, na, Prabhu.
Really? Where you heard this?
Yes, Prabhu. Radharani 25, Krishna is 64, Lord Chaitanya has 89 qualities.
Lord Chaitanya, 89 qualities.
89 qualities, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Where is this reference?
Yeah, here on lecture also.
Can you give us this reference where it is?
Yeah, Radharani has 25 qualities.
Not right now. You can find it, and probably you can put it in the group.
Okay, Prabhu.
I will also try to find out on this. Mataji, I'll also find out. I'm not very sure what category they fit in.
Okay, Prabhu. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll find and tell you.
Yes.
Prabhuji, Shiva Tattva is there is only Vishnu Tattva and Shiva Tattva. Vishnu Tattva is 60 and Shiva Tattva is 55, and all others comes under Jiva Tattva. So according to me, they should be 50.
Could be, yeah. So let me find that out. It's a good question. Okay. So let's end for today. So we'll meet up next week. Okay. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavad. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Prabhuji,
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.